Alright, so today we are at Dyracuse Off-Road MX Park in Rome, Wisconsin on the Beta 300. It's mostly sand here, so you're going to see a lot of mistakes, a lot of falling over. I've never been here before. You can already tell how sandy it is. We're going to go here to the right. The right is the motocross track. A lot of the upcoming race, the hare scramble that will be here in September, is on this track. So we're working on that. Look at that, it's just so deep, and it gets deeper as the day goes on. As the more rough it gets, the deeper the sand gets. Look, I'm just blowing through lines. I'm all over the place.
Alright. I have never ridden in so much sand in my life.
We're gonna try to keep ripping here.
That is really fun.
But we had to make a change. We're going back to the truck. We're gonna open up the truck here. We're gonna grab some tools. We're gonna adjust some of that suspension.
Or hand pump. I don't really get arm pump. Alright.
Speed up the audio here and the visual, so then you guys don't have to really watch this.
Alright.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to go 3 clicks stiffer on the front forks on top, and then later what I'll do is I'll go 1 opposite way on the rebound, just to keep the front end a little bit more planted, not so fast getting back to the ground.
Alright, 3 clicks. And fine.
Don't look at my messy truck. It's got all my motocross gear in it, so. Nice thing about these pants is they got pockets, so I can keep my keys in there and lock up my truck. So we're back onto the track. Immediately I feel so much better. I feel like I'm ripping. I can put the front tire actually where I want it. Look at that, I'm just carving. I feel like I'm skiing out there. Just down the hill, skiing, in and out of trees, in and out of the sand. You know, that's how I am here. Going the inside ruts. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good for lap 3. This section here is so scary. It's so high speed. I'm not going very fast, but that section is so scary. It's not a smooth line on there. Yeah, some of these faster sections here, it's like, man, I don't understand how these guys are so fast. It's hard to even go in a straight line with this much sand. You start pushing the front, your back starts to wash out a little bit. It's very hard to go in a straight line. This corner was by far my worst corner. It's a little off camera in the beginning, and it just feels like everything's going away from you. Going back up the hill, little ski jump right there. I'm keeping it way too low RPM. I gotta get up in the RPM. Around this corner, very inside. Jeez. Coming down the hill, way too wide. Over the bars.
Woo!
I'm thinking to myself, I'm rethinking everything. There's sand in everything I own. There's sand in my gloves. There's sand in my boots. There's sand in my helmet. I have to now wash my helmet. This is like lap 5. Great thing about the beta though, it's like in second or third gear right there, and it just tractors out. All right, after our crash, we're gonna try to rip it here. We're gonna try to absolutely fly the rest of the time. Look at, there we go. We're moving a little bit. Okay, maybe we're taking a little breather. I don't know. I thought I was ripping after the crash.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear that. That guy's on the sand track. He's absolutely flying. I think he's like, I don't know, like 7 years old. So we'll go out on the sand track again. I did 2 clicks on compression and 1 on rebound, opposite way. So 2 clicks harder on compression, 1 click softer on rebound to try to make the front a little less reactive, a little bit more floaty. So yeah, so let's see how that works, and then we'll go out right now.
All right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is me ripping. This is after I make the rebound adjustment. Feel way better. Moving in the right direction. I'm just carving, like carving a turkey. I don't know. This right here, are guys doubling that? How are they doubling that? There's no way they're getting enough speed to double that. Maybe I'm just going slow, which is probably true. I'm trying to go to the inside here. I don't know why. I should have been going to the outside. Keeping the RPM up. Again, there's this long, fast section. It's not smooth. The whole thing's bumpy. There's lines going everywhere. Kind of funnels to 2 lines on the inside that get real deep, real sandy, so I'm trying to stay out of those. And I'm looking right now, and I'm like, man, I should be like trying to hit these lines. I'm messing up people's ruts. But then I'm thinking to myself, it's an accident. Like there's so much going on. Like right there, if you miss it by an inch, you're out in the boondocks. You're way off the track because it's so sandy. You have no control. You're hanging off the back of the bike, standing up. Your weight's way too far back to ride anywhere else. You got your heels down. You can't even touch the back brake. If you touch the front brake, you tuck the front. So you're really not using much brake at all. The 300 is just eating this up. I can lug it. I can keep the RPMs up, and it's just loving every minute of it. I was having a blast out here. There we go. Got the speed up a little bit. I wish there was more stuff like this, more option lines, because the option lines were great. Here, there's trails too, and we'll get to the trails in a little bit. After my crash, after I went over the bars into the little woods there, I didn't, I messed up the camera a little bit, because I thought I tweaked the camera, so I tried to fix it, made it worse. So what ended up happening was, I tweaked the camera, and I went on the single track, and I couldn't use any of that footage. It was a little too far down, not good enough for you guys. So we did go probably about a half an hour or so on the single track too, probably more. But that was a blast too. It's really choppy, really hard, way different than the track. So I think bike setup's gonna be a little weird. Front's gonna have to be way stiff for the sand track, but it's not gonna be comfortable for the single track. But you know what? I'll take that trade-off. If an hour and a half race, if I can be a little comfortable on what I'm not so good at is the sand track, I'll be okay. Getting a little sideways, up over this little single. Again, this kind of funnels to the inside here. 2 or 3 lines, really. And then the sand rollers. They don't look so big on camera, but they are. There's a few big ones. Some of them are a little smaller. Funnels to the inside here. And what I should have been doing is I should have been just going to the outside. because it wasn't used all day pretty much, and I hit it a few times later, and I felt like I was just ripping. I don't know why I felt like to go right to the inside. It seems like everyone is just kind of diving to the inside, maybe because there's ruts. Where I live, we don't get a lot of ruts because everything's hard packed because it doesn't rain, and then when it does rain, it's way too swampy. So I'm diving to the inside here. Probably should be going a little bit more outside, try to carry some more speed up this hill. Hanging off the back of the bike, weights on one peg, turning the other way. Things are going every which way. As I mess up, almost go off the track.
Holy crap.
Almost go down, almost tuck the front. Things are coming unraveled. Look at that little jump. So the craziest thing no one tells you is jumping from sand and landing back into sand is by far one of the scariest things you can do. You're like out of control in the air and you're like, man, it feels great, and then you land back out of control. It's so scary. Come on, get RPM up, rip. Like inside, it should be going outside. I'm saying outside. Carry the momentum. There we go. And I lost it. Let's try to reset here. Pick it up. There's not a smooth line around this racetrack. It is always ruddy, and it is always bumpy. I learned that very quick when I was here. Again, I'm really not trying to go for absolute speed. I'm just trying to work on the sand riding because it is so much different than what I've ever ridden in before. So I'm just trying to get used to that. See, if I would have stayed to the right, look at that berm over there. It looks so great. Instead of me flopping like a fish on the inside line right there, I should have been going on the outside. Feel like Eli Tomac. Alright, so this is the double track. Yeah, I think they run side-by-sides here. And if you keep going straight, you keep on the double track. But we're going to take a right here. We're going to go on to this single track. And this is fun. It weaves in and out. Kind of tight in some areas. Yeah, this is prime right here. This is prime. I would love to have this near me. We don't have anything like this. We have a lot of four-wheeler trails. We don't have any single track like this. Back across the double track. Slightly uphill here. Sometimes I'm thinking to myself, there's some sections in the back where I'm thinking, man, am I like actually on a trail, or is this just like runoff from the water? Because some of it did look like that, real silty, but then I was like, oh, okay, I'm on a track. We're good. I'm on a trail. Again, this is real bumpy. There is not a smooth line around this place. I come right here, I can't even shift down. I'm just all over the place. I had to shift all the way back into first just to get up that little incline. I'm losing it. Going across the double track. Look at the trees here. This is prime single track. It crisscrosses back and forth, uphills, downhills. look at this, all bumpy, all bumpy. Not a smooth area here. None of it's flat. Back across the double track. See, I'm telling you, it weaves in and out. When they set up for this race, if we're using a lot of this, they're gonna have to set up so much tape across this so people don't turn and go the opposite way. Skipping forward here. Even this is the first time I've ever hit these trails, so I'm looking back and forth, making sure people aren't coming. I'm not ripping through it because I have no idea where it's going. Right there, I hit a root, smashed my knee on the handlebar. Oh my god. I thought, a few years ago, I dislocated my knee. I thought it was out again. I smashed my knee so hard, but it was all good. We kept riding. Realized quite quickly that I was okay. See, even this is real sandy here. Alright, so this is me ripping on this double track here. Again, this is where the side-by-sides drive, the four-wheelers. Thursdays, this is on a Thursday, is only for bikes. So that's a cool thing about Dyracuse, is they only allow bikes on Thursdays, giving everyone a chance to kind of do their own thing, so we're not all getting in the way of each other. That's real nice. I ended up talking to that guy that was 70 years old. He said he retired on Tuesday. I don't think he was actually 70. I think he was like 67, something like that. He retired on Tuesday, so again, this is Thursday. And he says he's been out there every day so far. And he's part of the club here in Dyracuse. He actually builds a lot of these trails, so you can thank him. I didn't catch his name, but the dude had 3 YZ125s. One was built for the track, one was built for the the single track, and one was a little bit of both bike. He's got a lot of money into all of them. You can tell he loves motocross. He loves riding his dirt bike. So that guy's legit. He was a real cool guy talking to me about my bike. Yeah, he was a cool guy. Right about now, I'm thinking, where am I? I'm so lost. I have no idea where I'm at because this double track goes on forever. And I think to myself, oh yeah, I know where I'm at. You come up over this a little bit and you take a slight right-hander and you go back to where we were before. A slight left-hander. And I believe we are at the exit. Yep, right there. Right to the right is the exit. So that's where we started off, just across the trail right there. Going back up, there's going to be some people coming towards us. I didn't get a chance to talk to those guys, but they were riding on one of the other motocross tracks when I was out there. They do have a motocross track, which is the sand track that I'm on right now. And then they do have a supercross track. I say that in air quotes because it's really not a supercross track. It's just got like a little bit more dry. It's got some bigger bumps, bigger jumps, sorry. And I go out back on the sand track and try to get some good laps in before I go. It actually starts raining here. So it starts raining. It's a little bit more wet. You can't quite tell quite yet, but as the rain starts to fall, I might get on the camera a little bit. And when I was loading up the bike to go, it was completely completely pouring on me. I mean, my shirt was wet, my pants were wet, everything was wet. Although the good thing is the bike wasn't all sandy when I got home. Still had to wash it, but wasn't so sandy when I got home. Had to sweep out the bed of my truck though, because it was all in my truck. The sand got everywhere. When you tip over here, it's in all crevices. It's in your gloves, it's in your helmet, it's in your boots, it's in your gear, it's in everything. That inside line was so hard to get to. It was really deep sand, really deep rut. Look at sweep to the outside. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Get on it. Around the outside. Finally, I'm going around the outside. Still way too slow over those jumps. Trying to keep a little bit more momentum. The real reason why I think I was doing a lot of the outsides this lap is actually because how blown out the insides were. Oh my god, the sand was so deep. It was everywhere. Come around here, and I go down. Right before I try to leave. I was trying to just stay to the left of those two ruts there. I wasn't really trying to get in those ruts because they were getting real slick, and then I ended up going down anyway. So should have probably just went for the rut. Good thing no one else is on the track because I was destroying all lines. I was falling all over the place, going back and forth. But it is so hard to even stay in a straight line, as you can see from right here. Look at that. That was so much smoother. Should have been doing that the whole day. But we live and we learn. We learn something for next time. When everyone's funneling to the inside, go outside. Look at it. It's all smooth out there. What was I doing all day? Jeez, got a little bit more speed coming up this little hill. Back to the right, down the hill. My least favorite corner. Hitting it way too slow. Trying to square it up a little bit. Back up the hill. This is a little ski jump up here. This is the infamous over the bars right there to the right. Oh, and I completely destroy the rut. Sorry, Dyracuse. I was trying. Things got a little sloppy towards the end here. This park's really cool. I really enjoyed this place. I'm definitely going back when I get a chance in the race here in September. So we're definitely doing that. This place was so much fun. I can't wait to go back. This track was awesome. It's quite my style. No jumps. It's all sand. That's kind of my style. So I really had a blast coming up here to the end. I'm so glad I went. I ended up going by myself, but that's quite all right. Eventually, I'd like to go here with some buddies and rip around. You know, see what we all can do on the sand track. Maybe see who can stay up the longest. I just want to thank you guys for watching. We got more stuff coming up in the future. Gear reviews, riding. Yes, thank you guys for watching.